backside feeble to 70 out, frontside airs, 360 flips, disaster to Smith, frontside disaster, frontside 5-0, kickflips, crossbones, backside disaster, 50-50 grinds. These are my top 10 go-to skateboarding tricks. In this video we're gonna go over these tricks. What are they? Why are they my go-to tricks? And how did they become go-to tricks? What even are go-to tricks? Hopefully this will inspire you to learn new tricks. But before we move on, I want to quickly mention my second channel because there's a video on there that's going a little viral, and I wanted to mention this channel because I'll be releasing a pretty sick video on there this week as well. So that channel has nothing to do with skateboarding, but for the ones interested in my passion for media, please go check it out. As a skateboarder, at a certain point in time you will arrive at the skate park and you will notice that there's always some tricks that you always do. I always start out with some of the same tricks because I like the feeling of them and because I pretty much got them on lock and they're perfect for warming up. And that's why I call these go-to tricks. Go-to skateboarding tricks. This is my list that I accumulated over the course of 10 years. This is basically a list of my favorite comfortable skate tricks I do most of the time during each skate session. You can use this list as inspiration for learning new tricks. You could see this as my list of tricks that I'd recommend to anyone to learn. Before we start, you can notice how this list contains a lot of transition tricks. That's because your go-to tricks will be influenced by the type of skate parks you skate. And last year I've skated the Oosterpark skate park a lot, which is why my list contains a lot of transition tricks. I barely skate street anymore, so that's why this list only contains 2 street tricks. And this list is not sorted on difficulty, but on how often I do them at the skate park. So let's get it. First trick on this list is the backside feeble to 70 out. I like this trick a lot because the first part, locking in the feeble, it's quite easy, and the second part, whipping out 270 degrees, makes it difficult and quite stylish. I learned this trick a couple of years ago. It's been in my bag of tricks for quite a long time. It's quite a difficult trick, and before you learn this trick you want to have your access stalls on lock. You want to be able to do backside feebles on quarter pipes. You should also be able to do tail stall reverts, frontside reverts. I simply have this trick on lock because I tried it so often. It is definitely a more advanced trick. I cannot do them everywhere though, so that's why it's placed on number 10. Bonus fact, can be turned into a frontside hurricane if you would be riding from a different angle. But I can't do that, so let's move on. Next trick is a classic skateboard trick which anyone wants to learn because it's so iconic for skateboarding. It's basically popping out of a quarter, creating a little bit of air time for yourself and coming back in frontside air. In order to learn this trick you would definitely need to have some skateboarding fundamentals down, but I would recommend learning this trick because it just feels so good flying around at the skate park. I've always been able to do frontside ollies and quarter pipes, however this trick was never really a go-to until I saw somebody else do extremely long frontside ollies at my local mini ramp, and that inspired me to get this trick on lock, and since then it's become a go-to skateboarding trick. I still do not have extremely high airs though. I've learned a couple of variations on frontside airs though. I can now do those tail bashes and it feels quite dope. I also got grabs and little frontside tuck knees, but they're not extremely solid, so I still want to practice those a bit more. Beautiful start. Next up is the most famous and popular advanced flat ground trick, the 360 flip. This trick looks quite complicated because your board spins in a crazy way. I really like the feeling of landing 360 flips, so that's why even though I don't skate flat ground that much anymore, I still like doing tray flips. I learned this trick quite early on. The first year I started skating, I mostly skated flat ground, so that's why I learned this trick quite fast. Before you learn this trick, you want to learn ollies, kickflips, popshavits, and then you'll be ready. Next trick is the disaster to Smith, both ways because I got them frontside and backside. I like this trick because if you do them quick enough, they look really stylish. Backside disaster to frontside Smith is easier than frontside disaster to back Smith. If you would be able to lip slide this trick into Smith grinds, then you really achieved the next level skateboarding tricks. However, I personally am not at that level yet. A little secret bonus learning tip, it's easier to learn this one on slippier surfaces. Rough concrete makes it quite difficult to easily slide those disasters to Smiths. Number 6 is the regular frontside disaster. This one is higher on the list than the disaster to Smith because I do this trick more often. Once I've done a couple disasters, then I'll usually move on to the combination of doing a disaster to Smith. This trick is quite simple transition skateboarding trick. You frontside 180 into a rock stall and then you switch rock into the quarter pipe again. At the start when you learn this trick it can look rather clumsy, but if you practice them long enough, if you start popping them higher and higher, you can really push this trick to the next level and you will look stylish, and looks super nice. Having high frontside 180s definitely helps. Number 5 is the Frontside 5-0. This is a fundamental skateboarding transition trick. Quite simple, but extremely nice. This is the type of trick that makes skateboarders seem like they're surfing concrete, going up to the concrete wave, touching the lip of the wave, grinding it, and rolling back in. There are a couple ways you can do this trick. You can do them as a stand-up grind, or you can do them more as a carve. That's known as a slash. Usually people learn to slash grind before they learn the stand-up grinds, but I think they look sick either way. Just go fast and grind that lip. Number 4 is the kickflip, an incredibly famous skateboarding trick. Even though I don't skate flat ground that much anymore, whenever I ride around in between a bull run, the temptation to pop a kickflip is so high. So I always end up doing a couple during each session. This trick feels incredibly good. It looks stylish, but don't let that fool you because it will take you quite some hours to learn this trick. If you want to know more about why I like this trick so much, you can check out my video essay about the kickflip. Number 3, the Crossbone. This might be my favorite looking skate trick of all time. There are some skaters, especially vert skaters, that make this trick look so goddamn stylish. It's my favorite skate trick to do in Skate 3 as well. I got inspired by a skate coach at Woodward that was able to do this and tweak this trick in bowls super nicely all the time. If we want to learn this trick, I recommend starting out by airing out of a quarter pipe, trying to go as fast as possible so you have much air time, and then you can try and tweak your board. A spine is also really good for this. I would love to be able to do this trick back into a quarter pipe one day, but for now I can only do them properly out of a spine. Number 2 is the backside disaster. I love this trick. The way this trick looks, it's super dope, and if they start feeling comfortable and you lean into the ramp a little bit, they feel awesome. So this trick is number 2 go-to trick because I've done this trick so many times that I can do them almost anywhere. At the new 3.5 meter high bull at the new skatepark in Amsterdam, I've even tried this trick. I've even landed this trick. And that's quite funny because I haven't even done a rock to fakie at the big section, because rolling into that part with a switch rock feels more comfortable than riding back fakie. My backside disasters always have had a little tweak to them. Some people prefer popping them. I think all of them look sick. I appreciate all backside disasters. 10 out of 10 would recommend learning this trick. I challenge you to learn this trick, and if you got him, send me an email of a clip of your backside disaster. Would love to see that. Number 1 is the backside 50-50 grind on a quarter pipe. This trick is a must learn to anyone that wants to experience skateboarding. Before you can start grinding 50-50s, you should start out learning axis stalls. And I still remember learning my first axis stall. It's been 10 years ago, and back then I did not realize how much I would use this trick. Only recently I've learned them on a vert ramp as well. It was very scary, but also extremely rewarding and exciting. Still thinking of making a video about learning vert skateboarding, so let me know if you would like to see that. So 50-50 grinds on quarter pipes, you must learn this trick. But don't take my word for it, just look at my trucks. That's some cool proof of how important this trick is. That right there is my skateboard telling me, boy, axis stalls is always a go-to. It's also telling me, boy, you need some new trucks. Alright, please let me know your top 3 go-to skateboarding tricks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out and skate on.